Hello, welcome to Spy Money. I'm going to show you Angular today just a little bit. I'm not sure how long I'll stream this, but a lot of you have asked different things, what you'd like to see and so forth, so we'll go ahead and go to the chart. This is since 3 a.m. this morning, London session. This is all Eastern time. And these are the max profits that you could have taken. And we all know that you wouldn't take these, but if you just use a 75% adjustment there, then just take 25% off each one, and that would be very realistic. I supply all the settings when you lease the Angular. It's a very good indicator. It's the best one I've ever made. Does a very good job. It gives you all the signals. Red short, orange stay out, green long. You're going to have a couple that you're going to probably lose on. The winners will way overcompensate the losers. Figure out your goal, and if your goal is $500, then maybe you take the trades at $250 each, or maybe you just set one for $500 and hope that you get it. Like this one here, you more than got it, and this one you more than got it. But if you just took, like, say $200 on every one, you'd have 200 there, 200 here, not quite here. You would have broke even. You would have got your 200 there, and you got 200 here. So there's 1, 2, 3, no, be 3, 4. There's $800 on 4 of them, and then a break even. And then this one right here, you'd got it. So there's your $1,000, and you did it in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 trades. But if you'd win a little more, you could have made a little more. You get in this kind of chop right here. You know, if you take that, you're better off just to kind of maybe just hold off on it. But just take smaller scalps. That's all you have to do. So a little bit slow this morning. We got some major news coming in. We've got at 8:30 this morning, we have weekless job claims, continuing claims, personal income, personal spending, the price index for May, the monthly, month to month, and then we got the price index yearly. We've got the core price index for the monthlies and the core price index for the yearly. And you got a natural gas at 10:30 today. Thursday. Every Thursday at 10:30, natural gas. Is it Thursday? Dang going. Alright, yeah, it's Thursday. Dang. When you're retired, time just flies by. Oh, I better throw my disclaimers on there. There we go. Forgot about that. Remember, this is a delayed broadcast. I would not be trying to trade this live off of this YouTube. You're going to lose money probably. 30 seconds is a long time. I won't be narrating the whole thing. There's going to be a lot of silence in between. I want you to know that going into it. Angler does a really good job. I use it. What you see on the chart right now is how I trade. I trade the angular, which is this histogram down here. The color bars, that's all angular. And these arrows, that's all angular. And then these horizontal lines, these red horizontal lines, is my balance. Balance will give you your levels of where interest will be. So it doesn't tell you that it's going to go long or short. It just tells you what level. And if you look back, see, this one's the London. So you can see right there's the top. We didn't quite make it. Usually we will, but when we made a lower high here, that's probably a given that it's not going to go. But you can see that we laid right on it here. Now we're laying right on it here again. We come down almost to here, come right up to it here, laid right in here, and then it popped out. I have no idea what that bell was. I don't know what I have enabled for a bell. Oh, it's that one right there. That's what it was. It's that orange. So you have alerts that this will come on and off. You can turn the alerts off if you want. And then the other thing that I have is, I don't have them on the bottom. If I change this to a little bit less or a little more, so if I go 20 days, there we go. So we added more days to the chart so the zones can look back further. And what we're doing is we're looking back, these green ones right here. Let's see here. See how far back it actually goes. Long time ago. Right there. There's where it found the zones. That's what we're looking at, these green ones right here. Captured our supports right here. We come back over here, and now we know where our support levels are. Now I have this on 5-minute zones. I like the 5-minute zones when I'm trading this way, scalping. 5-minute zone is really good. So these are new zones that were created based on the price action here on the 5-minute chart. So if I go to a 5-minute chart here, this is our 5-minute chart. And we're going to put zones on there. And we're going to put balance on there. Actually, we're going to leave the balance off on this one. And actually, I said I'll put it back on there. I'm going to show you something. So it'd be previous London. And then we're going to grab, I'll put the angular on there next. So the balance is showing all the levels previous days, so you can kind of see what it's doing. Hey Tony, how you doing, buddy? Good to see you on here. So if you go back and look, you can see that the balance is actually very, very accurate. So we're going to go back, so we'll just put it on 60 days. And I'm just going to go back and just pick a day. So we don't even know what day this is, just to show you how the balance works. So you can see right here, we had our hesitations right there. We come up, we come right back down to it. Right here, the same thing. Didn't quite make it there. Don't always do it. But you can see that this level right here, it just played a big spot on that to where it played it all day. I mean, it just kept coming right up to it all day. And then on this one here, this is the US Open. We come down almost to it. We shot up to it, pulled back, went through, come right back down. We're testing here, we're testing there. These levels really work. So it doesn't give you an exact moment of where you need to trade to, but you can play just before it, just after it. And if you look at your zones as well, then it really doesn't. So this is playing the zones. You can see how they played out right here. The zones are very accurate. We come back over here, look at those, see how we hit right through there and hit the zones. We come right back down into it. Also hit the balance. The balance was in there. This one here, this is pure order flow trading right here. So what happened was all the buyers come in, and then they ended up selling it off right back down to it. And then they held their position that they started buying here and run it up again. So, and I'm working on an indicator that works similar to this to let you know what it is. But if you'd got in off of that, $8,000, $8,800 off of that, just playing this bounce off of this zone. And if you notice, when this come down, we had our big support here, but there was no resistance in here. The first resistance was here. So let's just say that you had played that off. These were based off of this. And if you just played it off to this one right here, there's $5,400, and that happened in, let's see, 1,500 to, you had to swing overnight. That's 4 hours that happened. But what you could have done was got in here and then got out on this one. That way you wouldn't have to swing over. It's $5,000. And then when the session opened back up, which would be right here, this is the gap, you hop back in that trade and you just go ahead and run it the rest of the day, and that would get you 48.18. So that's the way the zones work, and that's the way balance works. Balance is one of my favorites. Actually, I tell you, my favorite used to be mover. I don't even use mover anymore. I use the balance, zones, and angular. So let me add angular to this chart right now, just so you can see what it would look like. So angular, open this up a little more. We got color bars on there. Angular, I don't trade on this time frame, but you can. I don't trade on a 5 minute. It's too much. Your entry would have been right there. Your drawdown would have been 160. This is a 5 minute chart, remember. And if you'd have played right down to the bottom, which we know you wouldn't have got that, that's $3,000. And then right here, you would have lost on this one here, your green one, but you would have immediately got back into a short. your drawdown would have been 480. Again, this is a 5-minute chart. I don't trade 5 minute. And the most you could have made would be 51.05. So that's a lot of holding time to do that. And I'm not a 5-minute trader. Same thing here. You have this one. Your drawdown would have been $95. And the max would be 6,400. So as long as this histogram is green, you stay long. If it's red, you stay short. That's what it amounts to. Hi, Kendra. Hey, I did this thing on the, there's the 8 hours of streaming. I bet you haven't watched it yet. So on this one, you can do it on any time frame you want. If you got the patience and the drawdown for the 5 minute, it works really well. You did watch it. That don't shock me, actually. You're definitely studious. And then if I take this a little more to just, and again, I'm not cherry picking, I'm just finding times. You can trade this in the evening if you want. So it works good in the evening. See this chop right here? When you're seeing this go sideways like that, I mean, if you do trade it, you need to just be small scalps. I personally won't be trading right here. I did trade, I think this one right here. Yeah, it was this one. I did pick up that one. But right now, I just wouldn't even be trading. You got all the numbers coming in at 8:30. I usually wait about 15-20 minutes after the numbers come in. But I'll let you watch it to see what it does. So if I add this one here, let's go ahead and create a new tab. And then I'm going to change this to, somebody had asked about how it works on a 1 minute. So there's a 1 minute. That's how it would work. You can trade it on smaller if you want. Some people like to trade a second bar. I'll show you a 30-second. At nighttime, 30-second is kind of hard, but you can see right here, if you trade it on a 30-second time bar, from here to here is 350. From there down, this would have been a break-even trade. From here to there, 245. And right there, you've probably been a break-even trade. And there to right there is 475. So you could trade any time frame you want. If you don't trade on tick or whatever. I'm gonna leave the ones that for my charting on there. Anybody got a certain time frame they like? Some people like 144 tick. I like to trade that. I have not looked at this on a tick, to be honest. But you could actually, I mean, the tick would have made you a lot of money too. You could have played say a $200 scalp every time and hit it almost every time. There's 555. Again, that one's a break even. There's 235. So yeah, you could have played like a $200 one. 12 range. 12 range on NQ. Wow. That's a fast scalping. 12 range. I can see that on ES. I tell you, I like a 15 range, a 10 and a 15 on ES. I like 15 real well. There's someone that has the angular, and he trades on the 80 range. It's too much for me. Yeah, mover is a very good indicator. I don't have mover on here, but mover works really well. A lot of people will trade, like if the mover's coming down, they will trade this pullback into the mover and then down. That's a good way to trade mover. But a 12 range with let's take the angular off and add the mover. What mover do you use? What is it a WMA? Are you using the WMA 13 like I use, or something else? HMA 21, fast scalping. Oops. So you're using it like with the shaker then. A 12 range with NQ. Let me open that up and change some colors here. Go to that and let me go to 3. Make it just a little bigger so we can really see it. There we go. Yeah, mover works really well. Good thing to play on the mover is when it comes up, you'll usually get a little pullback and then play the breakout. So let's go back to the angular. That's what everybody's here for. Again, we are just slow. We're showing short bias. We're under the balance, which is up here. Anything under the balance is short bias. But look at this range that we've had. You know, we had a drop. We had all this range here that was from all afternoon yesterday until last night at 15 after 1, and then we had this drop, and now we've ranged all the way through. But even with this range that we have, look at all that money right there. Potential money. So we got 15 more minutes before the 8:30 news events. I'm going to go ahead and mute this. I'll let you all watch it. Remember, this is delayed. I would not be trading from this. You're going to lose. Your signals are going to be wrong. Signals will be wrong. So don't do it. I don't want anybody losing money. See, on ES, if you want to look at that, let's see here. We actually have the wrong thing on there. See, I hide stuff from y'all. I don't hide it from the people that lease, though. Bear with me 1 second here. Looks like we got a spammer on here. He had the message. So you have audible and visual alerts on this. You got the audible, which you hear those little noises. I've got it turned down. I hope it's not blasting your eardrums. Each one of these has a different sound alert, or you can make them all the same or whatever you want to do. So short is going to be one noise, long is going to be another, and your exit is another. So you got 3 noises that you can put on there. I've only had one trade today. That was right here. I'm not trading anything until after 8:30. Right now, they're just wearing people out. They're taking everybody's money right now. You might scalp some of these candles. I mean, that right there is a hammer, but it's not far back enough. But that's a sign of a long right there. More than likely come right back up into here and then come back down. You can try to go in there and get 5-10 points or so, but it's just not worth it. It's not worth the risk. So from right there, this is 505. Yeah, you can get probably 10 points. There you go. $250 scalp. I like it. How many contracts did you do? You scalp that off of the HMA 21, the mover. Because that would have got you in about right here. So we come back over to it right here. If you scalped it off of that, the mover would have put you in actually right here. And to there is $295. One contract. If you scalp this, that was risky though. Because you actually come down, made this lower high right here, or lower low. That was a risky trade because that could have easily come up to about right here and then just come right down to this right here. Very risky. Not worth it to me. Now, to me, I think this right here would have been a better trade. You come up, you wait for his pullback, and then as soon as you close this bar above that one, hop in and play it to the balance level, and there's 230. There was no pullback on this. Unless you're talking about this part where it went up and just kind of hit a little bit and then you hop in there. I would not have played that personally. I'm glad you made money. So you're trading that on the 12 range too, right? Yeah, show in Discord. So right now, it's showing that we have a long, actually two longs on that, but it's just not something I would do because of the time of day. The time of day would make me not do that. We got news coming at 8:30, which is in 6 minutes. To me, it's not worth trading then. But this one right here, you would have, if you got in right here, you could be up $300 there. So it was a good trade, just not for me. This one right here, you would have lost. Coming off of this zone right here, I would not be wanting to take this short. The most that you could have made is $20. So you'd have lost money on that trade. You still got to use common sense when you're trading, even with the angler or anything else. Just use your common sense. Use it as an entry, but look at what's going on. You have this chop going through here, this big zone. It's a good idea not to trade it. So we're going to take this top to this bottom right here. I'm just going to start it over here. This area right here is just not an area to trade. And the reason I don't want to trade that is because it's just going back and forth. Now you might play off of the bottom, like where this to this. This one, we didn't know that it was going to be like this chop. Let's see here. You're not playing a 12. You're playing another time frame. Because that's not a 12. Let's see that one. So you got your balance on there. Why is your balance showing different? TP2. Why have you got a TP2? I'm on a TP4 here. Well, that don't make sense. How are you getting a TP2 on your level at the bottom there, and I'm on a TP4? Same chart. That don't make sense. It ought to be the exact same thing as mine right here. That don't make any sense. Do you have the new update on the balance? Because balance has an update. It shouldn't make any difference, but there is an update. I'll DM it to you. .4 is the update. Go back to the Angular. So you would have made money there, but it's just not a trade that I would have taken. You can see it went right up, barely pushed through, and now we're back down. We're in this resistance right here. It may push itself back down, may not. But again, use your head when you're trading. You know, just use common sense. If you see this chop zone, just wait for it to go out, and then when it goes out, wait for it to retest, and then hop back in. So, in my opinion, probably what will happen is this will push up to the TP3, pull back down to it, and then when it reverses and you get a signal off Angular, take the long. Or this will just go ahead and come on down. You could put a short in here and put your stop right one tick above this one and do a short. Now, that's not the Angular, but that's just trading. There it goes. So the Angular was correct, but I just don't do it. That's 830. So they were accumulating here to push it up. Let me go in here and figure out where that noise is coming from. Oh, I know where it's coming from. It's on. Let me shut this down. It's coming from another screen. I've got TradeStation open. That's where it's coming from. Okay, so let's turn this one off. Let me come in here and turn some alerts off. So we don't need this one here. We actually don't need this one here either. Don't need that one. Don't need that one. Don't need that one. And don't need that one either. So get rid of some of these alerts. So on this one, if you had played it, which I didn't, if you had played it, there's your $1,500. But I didn't play it. And you could have played this one here as well. Of course, you'd be out right now. But there's 250. So I would be looking for a possible pullback here to possibly go short. The ES is almost showing a short. So what do y'all think? Is it going to go short or long here? Well, I guess that answered that. It's building off that support right here. Probably go right back down to the 480. They're taking profit right now. Yeah, they're taking profit. They may run it back up to the balance again. Balance is 650, 650. But this right in here is just all chop. It's hard to trade that. Did make a lower high there. Be nice to see that thing run back up to that balance. A lot of times that's what'll happen. So we had that big run right here. Got a little tiny one. We got these right here. If you're tight on your stops, you could have at least broke even. This one right here would have been a loser unless you're still in it. Actually, you'd probably still be in it for the long. So, oops, I hate when I do that. More than likely, we're going back to the balance. More than likely. But we're making these lower highs. So making these lower highs is not a good thing. So will we test the TP3 or will we test the 480? We've got this chop right here. So we can go ahead and figure out where we are on the chop. And then we can do away with that one. So those are levels that we're probably looking at for possible bounces. So this could easily pull back and bounce off of this and then go. If you remember, I was talking about we come out of it, we come back for a retest. We almost retested here. Right now they are just taking people's money. Come down, touched TP3 and bounced. I tell you something, I don't know if any of y'all know or not, but you can do a price line. Right there is a price line. If you click on that, it will draw a line on your price. So you can always look back, see where your levels are. So the question is it going to run here or not? The ES is kind of a mess. It's a good run right there, though. 650 on ES, pretty good. 737. You probably would have broke even on this one. There you go. What do y'all want to watch, ES or NQ? NQ is the winner. I've taken a few trades in there. I'm green. Just taking small trades though. I'm not taking anything large. Yesterday was my largest trading day ever. I did real well yesterday. I am using the one that I always talk about in the Angler chat room. Is what I'm using. What time frame? My favorite. That's what it's on. Just trying to make a run, but we're right there on that level. So will it pull back here or what? That's what you got to watch out for. I'd say this will maybe retest that again. I don't know. We didn't go through. If we'd hit the TP2, then I would think that we'd probably keep on going. All week long, I've been saying I'm going to paint this house every day. I haven't even opened up a can of paint yet. I wanted to get it done before I went back to South Carolina. I was going to try to leave tomorrow or Saturday, but I don't know. I didn't get anything done up here. Little vacation. Good steak last night. See, right here, I'm just not interested in trading. I'd like to see a breakout out of this, but I'd say more than likely what they're probably doing is they are right here. They chopped up a lot of accumulation and sold it off. Accumulation took it up. Accumulation could easily drop out here. We're making those lower highs, and I don't like that. So we dropped right off of that. why you gotta draw trend lines. ES has had a triple top there. I'd like to see it at least retest down here. I think that'd be a good place for a retest. And it probably will, because they run it up here. They're selling off all the profits right here where they run it up. So right here is where they're selling off, and that's why it's going back and forth. And then they'll probably just dump quite a bit, and then when it comes down here, they'll buy to run up again. That's a lot of times what they do. I may be completely wrong too. I'm not the market maker, so I can't tell you for sure. I'm just trying to read what they're doing here. Yesterday was a stellar day for me. I didn't post my final profits for the day, but it was my best day ever. And I made it with a lot of chop. A lot of chop during the day, and I did it with angular, balance, and zones. Just what you see on this chart up here. That's how I made my money yesterday. I had it done by 10:45, I believe I was. I think it was 10:45 I was done. I'd like to see ES go down to 63.50. That's where I'd like to see it go. That's a retest off of the U.S. Open balance. It's going to be a magical number. Question is, will we drop here, or is that going to be a support? My thinking is it's going to drop. A lot of buyers there. There we go. Gonna drop. Just like I was thinking. There we go. Yep, went right to it. That balance is pretty wild how that indicator works. You can see it just hovering right there along it. I'll probably end my day on this short here. Yes, I'm in a short. Right back up to it. Retest. Retest, and then hopefully keep on dropping. My stop's in profit, so if I get stopped out, I'll win, but I like to see it just keep right on going down. They might have just pulled that down to take out all those stops and then run it back up. So you stopped on the TP3. I always go a little higher than that. And the reason I do is it'll go up and hit it, or maybe just a little above and then drop. So I'm still in the trade. I'm actually in an ES trade. That's what I'm trading right now. And the ES is showing that we have not hit our balances yet. The TP3 is at 37.69. So usually when ES and NQ are a little bit off, you will see it. They work together to fill those positions. So 37.69 would probably put NQ at the 495, and 63.50 on ES would be the zone support, and that would make it the 480 on NQ. So I'm still in my short. I only went 2 contracts. I'm up like $700 on my ES. I always start off small. I start off trading 1 to 4 contracts usually. Depends on how the market is. The way the market was today, I'm doing 1-2 contracts. If it's a good little roller coaster and pretty good price action, then I'll go 10 contracts. And then I'll just add in 10 lots at a time and then just keep on going. So here we go down. So that's why I never stopped out, is I kept it right there. I brought my stop down. I've got it right at 37.70 is where I got it. Once it comes down, hits the TP3 at 37.69, then I will engage my stop. So I'm getting ready. So if it hits the TP3 on ES, then and bounces, then I will have it. So my stop's still not there. Stop is engaged at 70. And there, okay, I stopped out on the 70. So I picked up over $1,000 on that. And I'll show it to you. I don't have a problem showing it after the fact. So right here is, you can see my account right there. And from right there to right there on 70, just like I told you, there's $1,000. So I got in a little bit sooner. The reason I did is because what I saw on NQ with having that coming down, and the same thing here. So we're at the top. We're showing lower highs, just like I showed you on NQ. So I got in a little bit quicker. It was a little bit more of a gamble trade, but even if I would have got in right on the, oops, that's the wrong one. Even if I would have got in right there, you still would have made 287.50 at the max. That's what you've made. A good trade. If you can get 50% of your trade on a scalp, you're doing great. So ES is 500, so it'd be 250. That's a good trade. And then if you go back over to NQ, remember how we always try to go to $500 trades? Well, 500 is 50%. And would we hit it? Yeah. So we would have hit it based off of this right here. Now, the reason I wasn't taking any of these is because it was choppy. But when I saw it go up and stop right here, if you remember, I told you that I believe that this is probably going to keep on going. Now, I got stopped out on mine at 70, but it could have easily bounced and went right on up back to this trend line, and it never. So, yes, I'm missing a little bit of money. So, just like to show you here, I could have made, what, that 70 is where I told you I was out, and 67, so it's 3 more points. So, that would be another $300 I could be up. I'm happy with this right here. This could have easily hit that and bounced back up to here. So you've got to protect that profit. And the reason I put it there is because of this being at 69. So I had my stop in hand right here. As soon as that pushed down, I clicked it, and then it pushed up and got me. But I'm okay with that. It's going to probably chop a little bit right in here before it comes down to our zone. And that's how you trade. You don't get greedy. You don't want to go for the moon. Just quick little scalps, even if it's $50 or $100 or whatever. Those little increments will pay. Now look what's going on here. Let me show you this. What if I had kept that in play to go all the way down here? Now I would be out more money. Yes, it could have went down, but I'm okay with what I did here. I think this will probably hit this and bounce back. And if you look at this right here, we're right in that battle zone. This is where the buyers and sellers are fighting it out. And if you look back, look what happened here. This is all battle zone right in here. So we have been playing this area for quite a while. So just so you can see it better, right there. Look at that. That's not an actual zone. Yeah, that's not what I consider a zone. That is a battle zone. And usually what it is a retracement of about 50% of what your leg is. That's generally what it is. Now, coming back up into it, will we sell off here? Possibly. We might go ahead and run back up. I think we're going to come down to here, but this has got to pull back. So we could actually draw another one off the top up here to the bottom of this one. And this is probably where we're going to go. So let's just draw a zone right there. And we'll take this out. And then we'll revisit this. Now you can do the same thing right here. So on this one, we've got right there. And actually, I don't want to use that one. That's more than likely a very good chance we're going to bounce back up here and then pull down. I think we're going to be here, but when this sells off, you'll have the pullback and then you have the drop. Now let's just see how it works on a pullback. So we've got that. And then if we bring this back over to, it's probably going to be about right here. Look where that second leg goes. From this right here back down to here. And realistically, we're probably going to be on this yellow line. That's probably where we're going to be. So this right here will probably push up to about 39.25 and then sell off. No guarantee, but probably. My email, if you go into the website, it is the contact page. Is your name the initials AD? I got that email, but you need to follow the instructions on the machine ID. You have to have all capital letters. It says it in the machine ID. All capitals. So I'll email this back to you. I'll reply back. And I'm going to put all caps for your name. It says it right in the instructions on the machine ID. So I just emailed you. I did answer you this morning and told you that I needed your machine ID. And then you just sent it, and you sent it incorrectly. You have to have all caps. It is a thing with NinjaTrader. My goal per day, a lot of people ask me this. My goal per day is only $1,000. That's what I want to at least make. $1,000 is $250,000 a year. Now, that's my low goal. My main goal is $10,000. But if I only make $1,000, I'm still happy. And right now I'm well over that. I'm well over that now. So I could quit right now and be completely happy. And that's where most people, they're never happy. They always want more. And you've got to set a very conservative goal and play that goal. And then once you go over that goal, if you lose on a few trades or something in a row and you get below that goal, stop. Or let's say it's $1,000 and maybe you do some more trades, you're up to $1,500, $2,000, whatever. Pull it back $500. So if you have a goal of $1,000 and you make $1,500, your stop is $1,000. You can't lose more than $500. And then you get it worked up to $2,000. Your stop is now $1,500. Never lose more than $500. And honestly, that's 2 trades. That's basically 2 trades on one contract. And you just keep on doing that. And then, once you get, say, up to $5,000, maybe you make it $1,000 because you're going to be trading larger contracts. You're not going to be trading one contract. You're going to be trading, maybe 30 or 40 contracts when you get up there. And, then you want to keep your goal to where you don't bust it. Now, yesterday was a very, very good day for me. Look at that thing go right up there. Didn't we just call this out? Didn't we say what was going to happen before it did? Now, how did we know that? Look at that. We're right into it. Now we're waiting on it to reverse. So right here would be a good entry that you can go short and put your stop right up here. So that will give you a stop of $165. Now ES has not made it to its goal yet. So let me show you this. ES is right there is where we need to be. So we need to wait on ES to go up, which means NQ is going to go up. Put these side by side. Actually, I'll just throw this one over here. So we're up in here now. And we're up in here. Now this could keep on going. But it is definitely a place of interest for a short. For me, I think this is a good short and with the stopper above there. Now the anglers seem to go long here. And it may make me a liar that, it's right and I'm wrong. But look what happened. So when you're playing the charts and you're looking at everything, and when you know these signals, you know not to take that long. See, that's a good short. That's trading, guys. They tell you what you're doing. No, I don't have minutes on the time frame. I really don't trade minutes. I don't trade that time. When you lease Angular, you get all the settings. You get the time frames I recommend. You get the adjustments in the back end to make the colors show up correctly on the charts and stuff. And the way this works, I haven't said it today, but the way this works is it works on the angle of moving averages. And there's certain degrees and so forth. And there's key degrees that work best on it. And I give those settings out to everybody that leases Angular. Now the zones are based on a 5-minute time frame. I'll tell you that. The zones are a 5-minute time frame. And the reason I keep my zones on 5-minute is because I'm a scalper and I'm looking for credible zones. See how we're going sideways here? This is all, this right here where they come down, this is the shorts covering a little bit. And then once they went up here, now they're going to go ahead and run it back down. So we've got two false signals on Angular. But when you know the retracements, like what we just did, this is the second leg here, you know not to do that. Wait for your short entry. That's how you know. You can play this on the mover. You can play it on the super trend. Right now, the super trend will be telling you to go long here. And you would not want to, I just don't think you should go long here. And it may, like I said, it may take off and just keep on going. I don't think it will, though. Now, if you look at this one, see how we hit our battle zone? We come out of it and we push back up. So there's a good you go to the contact page on my website. I don't mind giving out my email, but the problem is whenever I post it in there, it goes into like spams and stuff, and then I get all these spams that are off of the you can contact me there. When you fill that out, I get all the emails. I answer those. It's only me. I don't have a conglomerate of employees. It's me. One-man show. I develop all the indicators. I have someone that works for me full-time to build those indicators and so forth, because I don't know how to program. I tell everybody, I say I'm a freaking genius, but I can't program. I don't know anything about it, but I've got a really good programmer that works for me. I tell my wife all the time, I'm going to tell you a funny one. I said, either people are really stupid or I'm a freaking genius. And she just looks at me and it's real funny. And I said, you're right. I'm a freaking genius. That's all in fun. See, we're holding right there. Not pushing up. Doing pretty much what I said we were going to do. I'm looking for it to come down to here. What's your initials of your name? Is it AD? Because I've already answered that email a couple times. You might need to check your spam. I've answered it a couple times. Again, Angular may be right here, and it may just keep right on going. So I may be wrong. Looks like they're pushing through now. So it looks like Angular was right, and I was wrong. Thought Fonzarelli, I was wrong. I'm a wrong. You remember that? He was trying to say wrong, but couldn't say wrong. Happy days. I gotta go to the post office today. I got some free stuff for people that are leasing Angular. And I got to get those out. I got to figure out the cheapest way to ship them. I got a tumbler. Well, it's not a Yeti, but it's similar to a Yeti. It's I think they're 20 ounce. They're actually a good little size. They're not. Some of those are so big they're like a quart, 32 ounces, and they're too big to put two of them in a cup holder in a car. They touch each other and end up spilling. These are a little bit smaller, and it's actually a good size. It's not something you could have all day long, but you'd have to continually fill it up. But it's actually pretty good. So Angular was right, guys. I was wrong. I like it when my indicator's better than me. That's why the indicator works. There's 370 if you played it. You probably didn't because I was talking out of going short. I didn't play it. I just stayed neutral. See? No trade. Here's my last trade. So there's my entry. There's my stop. No trade here. Y'all like these live streams? Does that help you any? Because you guys are sure quiet. Oh, Kendra, you like everything. Smokey, what's up, buddy? I didn't know you were there. Kendra, I am going to run up to your place soon. Even if it's just to go up and I want to go up there and have lunch with you. I want to meet you. Me and my wife run up there, bring the convertible up, come up on a pretty day. That area you live in is just really nice. I love it up there. And you're only like, what, hour and a half away, I think? I think it's about an hour and a half. I'm going to come, I'm taking the convertible back to South Carolina when I go back. It's been up in Ohio for a couple months. So I'm going to drive it back. I'm probably going to leave Saturday. And then she's got her brother and nephew and stuff. They're all staying at her house or at our house. They're all staying there right now. I had some things to do in Ohio, so I come up here. And so I'm going to drive the convertible back, and then we'll maybe try to get with you next week or so. I brought my e-bike to Ohio, and I had all intentions of driving my truck back. But then I started thinking I need to get the car back there. So, and then I think what I'm going to do is I looked at a little Honda CRV yesterday. Or CB, what is it? Yeah, CRV. And you know me, I buy everything cheap. I don't buy new cars. I used to. I don't need more. It's a waste of money. So I looked at the CRV yesterday, and it had valves and stuff are rattling. So I didn't buy it. I got another one that I might look at today. It's a newer one, lower miles. It's actually a little nicer vehicle, but something about that guy just didn't feel good about him. Well, look at this right here. You have that zone right there, but you have the TP2 there. So this will probably come back down into this battle zone and then probably go up to TP2 before it does anything. But look, we are still doing the same thing here. So if we bring this on over, we went right up to it. I didn't have it drawn out far enough. We went right up to it and pulled back again. So that trend line right there is strong. It'll probably just go ahead and sell off here. It's probably going to come down to this point here now. Other than the two leg is off now. I sent you 2 emails, AD, and check your spam folder. Yeah, I got your email again. Okay, there you are. Got it. Let me put this in. I got to figure out what you bought. Let's see here. AD. What did you buy? Let's see here. Okay, so you got the reversal. So let me add that to your account right now. Okay, you're good to go. Only thing you need to do is restart your Ninja and it will work. You're good to go, buddy. You are good to go, my friend. I appreciate the business. The XTIAN that's in this chat, he has the reversal indicator and absolutely loves it. That's one of his favorite indicators to use. Matter of fact, I did some updates on it to make it to where it worked better for him. So I listen to everybody. When you see something that you need or would like to have, maybe a little different, then I add it. And let's see here. Let me add, actually, let's see here. We'll do this one here. New window. And see how we're coming down off of that trend? So if you did play this, you could have got your 370 or so out of that. But I'm looking for this down here. That's what I'm looking for. So the balance indicator does a really good job knowing where the levels are, but it won't always hit it like it never here. So you draw these trend lines out to make sure that you're where you need to be. So I'm going to go ahead and take this one on down further so that we will have it. But right there is the trend line, if I did that right. Yeah. So got that top, this top. That one pushed through, but we don't count that top. We count the majority. And then there's 3. 3 is like, yes, that is a trend. So do we have one off the bottom that maybe we're not seeing? Not really. Yeah, because this one would come right up through there. We actually broke through that trend. So, and we're below the balance. So being below the balance is short bias. Right here is the U.S. balance, and we're above it. If we open above this, we're long bias. It don't necessarily mean that we will be long all day, but it's long bias. This will probably come down and touch the balance and either run up or below. But we've got 4 minutes, less than 4 minutes before the market opens, the U.S. market. So if you're in trades or whatever, I'd be real careful right now. I'm well over my goals, so I don't really care if I trade or not. And yesterday was stellar. I mean, it was just like ridiculous. So if I do this one, just to give you an idea of how that reversal indicator works. I tell you what I'm going to do is I'm going to put that on MNQ so you don't see all of these data. It'll be the same chart. And I'm doing that just so that we can get rid of some of the trash on there. I don't want to delete all this because we're going to come back to it. I like to keep these datas on there so I can always look at them. This one here went all the way down to 785. That one, I don't know how that got on there. And that should be this one here. And we're pulling back. Just curious, did anybody short that right there? I never. Be right back. So there we go. We come back down into it and bounce right back off. So the bulls are trying to push through this, and there they go. There they go. They're pushing it through, guys. Right up to the top of this one here. They pushed it right up. So that one would have been another good winner. I wasn't even here in front of the computer. There's 945. That took me a quick little scalp on ES short there. I didn't like the movement of it. It looked like it was trying to pop back up, so I got out. I got in a little bit late at 76 and got out at 73, so I only went 2 contracts, so that's going to be, what, $200? No, it would be $300. But as you can see, it is going right on down. So there's another $500 scalp on $930. So you could have got 500 real easy on NQ there. Is it ideal to wait for the first 15 minutes out? I don't always do that. I mean, just like there, I got in at 1.5 minute into. Actually, it was 1.5 minute into open. I usually wait somewhere between 5 and 10 minutes for it to kind of settle down a little bit. That's usually where I wait. But if I just see it and it looks right, then sometimes I'll trade it. Just like here, we pushed through. We went up and got our previous high. and then we started selling off. So that was, you know, a good one. But right now I'm not in a trade. I don't really care to be in a trade. I'm well over my goal that I want, my low goal, not my high goal. But I'm well over my low goal, so I'm fine. Yeah, the stops I tell you, a good stop, if you enter here, your stop ought to be right there. That's a good stop. Sometimes that's a little tight, but if you enter right there on that signal, you want your stop about one tick or so above. The way I look at it is if we enter here and it drops down a little bit, if it pushes up, it's got to open a new candle before you'll get stopped out. So like right here, you would have entered here, you would have been stopped out right there. Those are tight stops, but you know, you're fine. Right now, I think I would just be short bias only right now. Even though we open above the balance, I think we're still going to come down to the balance. That's where I think we're going. I mean, there's a lot of chopping here, but right here at 468.50, I think is where we're coming down to. Which right here's a support, so we're looking at, I can't read that, 460.50 is going to be our low. So I think that we will probably end up pulling down. But look at this yellow line. Remember that support we drew way back here? And look what's going on. We hit it, we hit it, we hit it. So this support right here is our key level right now, which is the TP7. Look at that volume rolling in there. No way in the world I'd want to be long or short here. No way. It just wouldn't happen. I don't care what the angler says. I ain't getting in. Now, if you look at ES is showing much better. Actually, let's see here. Go right in there. So ES is showing, it's chopped, but it's not drastic moves. So here we go. We're going to be coming down. I would be looking for that short there. I think that's a good short. Remember when I said I'd be looking for short only? There you go. So would you have gotten your $500 already? Yep. Just trade your 500. Go ahead and put your profit target down here, but have a middle note of where your 500 is, which would be 1, 2, 3, 4 candles. So if you know that 4 candles, your 500 right here, I'd be looking to go ahead and get out. My stop would be right there because I'd be wanting to protect that $500. So if you hadn't have taken your $500 profit, that's actually your 500. I'm sorry, I told you wrong. Shoot. So right there, you're looking 1, 2, just the opening of the third bar is $500. So know right now that when this comes down, see how we hit our area? I'm looking for the 68.50 for the balance. That's probably where it's going to go down and hit, and probably push through down to this zone and then bounce. That's what I think might happen, but you could easily hit this and just keep right on going. And if we do, our next, wow, it's way down there too. We're looking down to 11,240. Wow. And it could easily do that. So right now, if you'd got in, I wish I'd have been in here watching. There's $1,100. We hit our balance. We hit the green zone, and look what happened. Play by play. I feel like a sports announcer. Say it before it happens. If you have the right tools, you can trade. Zones, balance, and angular, that's your tools. Angular tells your entry, balance and zones tells your exits. Nope, you can't. All three of these indicators right here are a must on your screen. They're a must. What I'm going to do right now is probably going to lay around right here. It'd be hard to get in a short right here. It'd be hard to get in a short. Because when you hit that balance, that's where all of your chop is going to start happening. Now, ES went ahead and dropped below it. ES is headed for 54.50. Which means that this is probably coming right on down. Our next target is 371. That's your next target. And it's hard to believe that our balance target is all the way down to 240. But if this starts dropping out, it will go to 240. Right now, we're in a game of who's going to win. Oh, yeah, I wouldn't hop in right here. I would wait on the next pullback. It'll show either orange or green even. And then the next red is when I would hop in. I agree. The move's already done here. This is the only trade. You're not going to get back in. If you notice, see how this is kind of curling back over? And it may just sell off real hard all the way down, but for me, it's not a trade for me. I'm not long or short. ES needs to go up and retest 63.50 before it'll drop again, probably. So now we broke the low, but I don't know. I wouldn't be in it. I would have been in on this one and then wait. Look at that hammer right here. A lot of accumulation right here. This big short right here is where they're selling all of it. Or covering it, buying it back. Right here is where people start losing money because they think it's going short, they hop in, and then they bump it right back up. So right there is where the retail starts losing all their money because up here they wanted to get in, but they were afraid to. And then they thought, well, right here, and then they saw this accumulation, so they wait, and then it dropped. So when it started dropping, they hop in, and then boom, they get stopped out. And then it starts dropping, boom, they get stopped out. Boom, stopped out. And here we are accumulating again. And they're thinking, well, I'm going to go short. So they go short, and then all of a sudden, boom, it goes up and hits the balance. This is all accumulation. Look at that chop going sideways here. So when you're looking, really, our chop is, our chop is right here. Actually, it's going up. Our chop would be right here. The top of this one to the bottom of that one. Here's our chop zone. So you don't trade right here. This right here, they're wearing out the people, the retail, taking the money. They're stealing it blind. But we didn't do this, did we? None of us got in this because we talked about it. We talked about why not to do it. Now, if you look at ES, look what happened here. We come right down into that zone that I told you about at 54.50 and bounced out of it. We're going right up to the balance. Once we retest that, then there's a chance that we may sell off. So this one here, I think will come up and retest the balance again. This started going up, so they went ahead and all the retail started hopping in because they thought it's going to bounce. And then they sell it off and take their money, steal it. So right here, we're coming out of the chop, but look how it pushed right back up. Now the balance on ES, we actually hit there, okay? So right there on the balance, we hit that one. Yeah, some of you are talking about your chart looks different than mine, but you got the same settings that are running angular. Data is mysterious. Data's and I restarted mine this morning, so it should be possibly right. I tell you what I can do though is I can reload all historical and see if it changes anything. So it's loading now. So right now we are looking to probably short ES, and I think we were probably looking on ES to 3702. It's not done yet. I reloaded my data. Still the same numbers. So right here, this little short right here, they ended up taking retail money. So now NQ has hit the balance, which is what we were waiting on. I'd love to see a big old sell-off. Not just a hard sell, just boom, just take off and drop 100 points. A run like it was no run before. Just drop and go. So right now, guys, I would not be in. It's just not worth it. There's no clear direction here. We've already had our moves. That's why I trade usually 6 to 9 in the morning. 6 to 9 in the morning, it showed a lot there. We had a lot of good trades in there. Had some mediocre. I mean, like this through here. This is 935. We don't really trade that anyway. But if you would have, I mean, these are just break-even trades and a loss trade. You wouldn't have made any money there. Same thing with here. You know, you wouldn't have. These right here, you would have lost money on all 3 trades, and then you would have made up for it here. So this one ended up running all the way down to here, which is $1,600. Usually you're going to get that one roughly 100-point run. And if you brought this all the way down, that was a 100-point run right there. There's your 100-point run. And if you had got in here and just stayed in, which I wouldn't have, but yeah, you could have. There's $900, there's $2,000. Right here, you don't trade this. Just stay out of it. Not a place to trade. If you haven't made your money yet, if you've lost money, you're in trouble. So we hit our balance right there. To me, that is constitutes the probable short. So if it does show short, I think what will happen is it'll come through, come back up and retest, and I'd want that short. So that's kind of what I would be thinking. So that's a short there, but it'll probably come right down to here if it does. It may bounce right off of this part here. I just don't feel comfortable. This right here is all chopped. And we can actually bring this down to here now. And bring this one to right there. There's our chop. I guess really it's over top. I could bring it on up to there. There's our chop for sure. That definitely gets our run. So this is an area you don't want to trade. Just stay out of it. Now, if you're a good scalper, you come in here and maybe you play off the bottom, play it on up. I mean, that's a good little, from top to bottom is $900. So yeah, you can make money there. So right there is a possible long with your stop down here. But I don't think I'd do it. I think we're going to be going short today. I'd want to see it come out of here, come up, and then take the short. I think right now you're playing with fire. You're in this battle zone right here. That could easily push back up to the balance. I just don't trust it. ES is right in that zone, that green zone. And yes, you could take some trades in there. You could scalp in there and stuff, but I'm more conservative. I like to have something a little more concrete. I don't want to lose money. I mean, honestly, right now it kind of makes me think you should take a long to go back up for a pullback, but I wouldn't do it because the indicators tell you it's short. So you'd already had your $500 there. You just don't know what it's going to do. Thanks for doing this, Brad. Really good stuff. I'm going to call it a day. I traded really small today, but I'm happy. Hey, making money is all that matters. Just to be green. I don't care if it's $1 green as long as you're green. Have a good day, buddy. I'm about ready to shut it down, too. I got things I need to do. One thing I need to do is I need to go out and weed eat because the guy that I've got weed eating in my yard don't do it the way I like it. $4,000 trade. Good job, buddy. Can't beat $4,000. I look for a bounce right here, to be honest. And it wouldn't shock me if it went up and touched the balance again. But it may sell off hard here. I like to see it just sell hard. Just go. Drop all the way down. Just keep on going. Got my hummingbirds out there. I love watching hummingbirds. It tells you you're getting old. So that one right there, you could be up $1,000 on that trade. Had some chop in here. A couple of them would have been, well, that would have been a little winner. But again, we were saying not to trade those. But if you would have, I mean, there's money there. I mean, maybe you picked up, put your stop at $100. This one you would have been still been long, so this one would not have been done. This would have just stayed long. This one here you would have broke even or maybe lost a little. That one coming down to here, break even, maybe a little more money. You would have made a lot of money here. This one would have overcompensated all of this right here. I mean, you would have been way ahead. So now we're probably going to run back up to the balance. Maybe. We're back up into this here. We might just hit the chop zone and then pull right back down. Big hard sell-off's what we need. This should go down to the 71 area. So there's your other one. Go from here to right here. We're probably about 500. Yeah, it's over 500 down to there. That's probably where we're going. Got a hammer on ES. Those hammers are usually right. Not always, but usually. It's in that zone too. A lot of accumulation right here to go short. That's what they did. Well, guys, I'm going to shut the stream down. If you're interested in the Angler, if you need to talk to me, you're welcome to go to the contact page on the website. So if we come up here and talk about this a little bit, if you go to the home page right here, when you scroll down, you will see the Angler right here. You can lease it here. And if you click on that, it'll open back up. There's a little video there to watch too. Currently, as this video, it's $800 a month. As you can see, you can get your money really quick. And if you need to contact me, click the contact up here. Scroll down, put your name, email, phone number, your message. Like I said, if you need to talk to me, I'll be more than happy to talk to you. And just set up a time. I'm pretty busy. You can also go into our NinjaTrader 8 products. We have a long list of products all through here. Just scroll through, take a look at them. Some are leased, some are buy. I'm in the process of making everything to where it's lease or buy, whichever way you want to do it. And we have live training courses. A couple of them in here. I'm going to make some more, put in there that you can purchase if you want. Testimonials, people talking about how great we are. So a bunch of different ones in there. I don't handpick these when I get them. I post them up their exact words. I don't change it. If you don't have the money to trade and want to do a prop firm, I do not recommend this one because of the customer service. If it weren't for bad customer service, they would be good. This one right here is, if you're looking for fast money and to take money out to do your account, this is the one I would do. If you're looking for something to long-term trade and you don't need your money right now, this is the best deal, Apex. So click on those. Apex has a coupon down here. UProfit Trader has a coupon, but just remember that, and that's through June now, I believe. But just remember that this one, customer service is not great. They do get it taken care of. They do pay and all that, but the customer service is not good. This one is excellent and excellent. Get paid quicker here than here. And this one in a live account works the same as Apex. But in the evaluation, it is actually better because you don't have the trailing drawdown where you do on this one. And but if you need more explanation, you can click on those links and it will take you to explain all that. Again, if you're interested in the Angular, you do it right there. Click on that and it will take you there. If you want to do the zones and the balance together, you can do that here, and it's cheaper if you bundle it together. So right now it's $8.98 if you do both at the same time. So that's what we're doing right now. I think, in my opinion, as far as everything on my website, this right here is the one to have. It tells you everything. If you get in here, you don't know where it's going, but when you have the zones, it kind of tells you where we're going. So that's important to know where your trade's going to go. Because if you don't know, then where do you know to take profit? You got to know where to take profit, right? So if you can take profit in those areas, then you're going to be doing a lot better. So hopefully that helps you. Let you watch just a little bit more here, and maybe that'll get you settled in a little better with it. So this is probably coming right down to the 30.25. It don't mean it's going to do it immediately, but that's where it's going. You could have made a lot of money on this trade right here. This trade right here, just this one, would have paid for your lease for a month. And then it's free money from there on. You're welcome. You're welcome. You guys have any questions, anything, let me know. I'm going to call today. I got to do a little bit of weed eating, and I've got my Mercedes is down getting some. I've just got a rattle up front. I'm going to go down and check it out. Hopefully I'll have it done. It won't be too much money. I hate a rattle. I'm going to go down there and check it out and go from there. You guys have an awesome, awesome day, and I hope you are green as can be already. Later.